What's up, everybody? It's Brian.
I'm Tim, and who knew it? We have fans.
Yeah, we have somebody pat our back, they pat ours. We got some comic books from a dude, Carl Stern, no relation to Howard.
No.
And, the guy's got a podcast, big podcast. He's affiliated with Dave Meltzer and the guys, Alvarez and whatnot over at Wrestling Observer.
Okay. It's the Dragon King Carl Classic Wrestling Audio Show. That's a mouthful, man.
That is a mouthful. Almost as much of a mouthful as the one Trish Stratus had the night she got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Anyhow, we have not actually looked at any of these comic books.
This is sealed. It's been bubble sealed. We actually paid the extra cost to have this, sealed in aluminium.
Yeah. All right. So first and foremost, we have Shadowhawk. I am not familiar with this particular franchise.
It's from Image, which Image was kind of on the cutting edge in early to mid '90s.
It does have that Spawn sort of look to him.
I mean, Gen 13, Savage Dragon, Spawn, of course. Those were the guys. Those were the people that Image was built upon. The backs of.
I've always found Image Comics to be really great in the artwork department. Not so much bad, I'm going to say, in terms of the storyline. Just very much they're into grimdark, grimdark. They're not into the more fun aspects of comics.
And I mean.
And I'm going to say I do like the artwork here. Although it does look like the hybrid of Batman or maybe even Night Owl and Spawn we got going here with the red eyes.
And if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure comic aficionados can chime in, Shadowhawk, I believe, is part of a group similar to like Thor and whatnot are members of the Avengers. I think he actually started out as part of the team.
Okay. Spun off on his own.
Yes.
Who's drawing it? Okay, I'm not. Tone Rodriguez? It's T-O-N-E. I guess it's not Tone. I'm going to guess it's Tony Rodriguez. Not familiar with his work
and
terribly.
Jim Valentino on the other stories. So we've got a couple things going on here.
Sadly, this is not Linkara, so we're not going to be comic book experts, unfortunately. But moving right along,
there is one image I need to show our fans. Not afraid to definitely not going to shy away from the gore department. We have a decapitated head in a pool of blood on a linoleum floor. So,
and this isn't Deadpool. Amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so this is Mike Baron and Steve Rude's Nexus: The Origin Remastered.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this is a second edition DVD. The first thing that comes to my mind is Cyclops.
Wait, that's not a digital video.
Yeah. Remastered, whatever.
It does the buying and stuff. I mean, it looks like a fairly high-class book.
Okay, it's 2009. The image, the drawing style reminds me...
It does washed out. It kind of seems like Golden Age almost.
Yeah.
Intentionally, I would imagine, given that it's only 4 or 5 years old.
I have no familiarity with Nexus at all. I don't know if it's a group, if it's the name of the guy, or... Actually, I can tell you what the Nexus is. It's the thing that Picard found Kirk in.
Wait a second. I think this might give us... well, maybe not. When I first saw this, I'm thinking Cyclops, but this isn't a Marvel book.
No.
Therefore, that presumption would be wrong.
Although you can literally look at those characters on that very back page and go, oh, not Cyclops, oh, not Spider-Man, not Black Canary,
I guess this is an advertisement. This isn't, I'm seeing Space Ghost, and I'm seeing, Galactus. Yeah, this is just an advertisement, but, ooh.
Is a page torn out?
Yeah, hey, Carl Stern, man. We pay top shelf on these, man. I saved my allowance for like 2 weeks to order these books.
All right.
Carl, I don't want you to think, though, that we're inconsiderate, that these are not going to go to a good home. They are. Cameraman, why don't you pan over and...
While he's doing that, finally we get to a property that I know we're both familiar with, and oh my goodness, the rest are all stuffed in this one.
It's one that we know and love. The Punisher, Frank Castle.
Look at this. They're all in the...
Is it all Punisher?
No, well, I don't know if they're all Punisher.
That would be punishing to my libido. No, it's not.
Okay. And Wolverine's in the background, so this might be during the Wolverine-Punisher crossover.
We see he's all cut up. That's an interesting title, man.
I wonder, because I'm familiar with 2 different crossovers between Wolverine and Punisher, one of which ended with Punisher flattening Wolverine, like he took a steamroller and flattened him. And another one ended with Wolverine implying that Punisher was homosexual and then walking away.
Don't you hate it when you're like on the subway and you're reading a comic and you feel somebody's eyes over your shoulder and they're looking at your book. That could happen, but I'm gonna doubt it with Buck Rogers. This is a thin book, Tim. This must be 12 pages tops.
Where's Eddie? I know he's into Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon.
Only
and all that
25
stuff.
cents, yeah. Issue
Wow.
0. So we have a buddy. It's into sci-fi. He's a swell guy, and we will send that to him. Ground mail, of course. We're not gonna.
Daredevil, the man without fear. I wonder
pretty
which costume we're gonna get. Are we getting the red one or the yellow one? I don't know. I remember a brief period where he was in a white costume. Maybe this is like an omnibus. Okay, red costume Daredevil. I understand they recently rebooted Daredevil to be your happy-go-lucky Daredevil, which
Really?
I always thought of him as the brooding Daredevil, but
Yeah, I mean he's fairly dark. Not
Yeah.
that Ben Affleck really let it, any pathos to that character.
I didn't hate
in the
that
big
movie.
screen portrayal. Yeah, I mean it was so.
yeah. I mean, at the time, I think I liked it a lot more than I would now.
Yeah.
It was just what it was. All right.
So a grab bag like this is interesting. You'll see these on eBay. Our producer purchased this one from a guy whose podcast he follows, and it's a blind, it's like a blind date. You might be setting yourself up for failure, but you might find some gems.
Marvel team up, Spider-Man and
Moon Knight. This is Moon Knight.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
This could be a fun book, a definite read on a lazy Sunday when you're sitting on your lazy Susan.
All right, we see an advertisement for a Game Boy Advance SP, so we're gonna say 03 maybe, 04, no 2005 actually is when this was made. So
I like the colors in that book. It looks like it's digitally done.
And it's not Mad Hatter. It looks kind of like him, except he's got a Fu Manchu going. There's the DS.
Batman. We've been seeing
Doesn't happen.
for the majority Marvel titles so far.
I don't know what they're talking about. One more day, it didn't happen.
I guess little Carl, when he was collecting his
Fuck you,
books,
Joe Quesada.
I guess, Carl, when he was reading his books, tended to go Marvel, the old motto, make mine Marvel, but he did buy some DC.
Okay.
Batman 700. 700 issues deep. That's a lot of continuity and mythology to kind of sift through. But there's people that know it, know it better than the Constitution or their Miranda rights or anything else.
And of
Interesting.
course,
I mean, some cool visuals going on in this book. It looks like Harvey Dent, Two-Face. Man, almost looks like a Siamese twin version. I've never seen that incarnation.
nor I.
Very disturbing. I like this. Cool. I'll read that one on the can tonight. Ooh, interesting. Victor Von Doom, one of the more underrated of all supervillains, I believe.
And now he was given an atrocity in 2 movies. In 2 movies, they could not get Dr. Doom correct.
Yeah, failure.
Yeah.
Abject.
So, art style, pretty good. There's a lot of ads in this. Okay, we got another page without ads here. Nope, more ads. More ads. Okay, the Dr. Doom book is loaded with ads. This one doesn't even have a page on it, it's just ads. And
More
looks like
ads.
a
I'm
story?
seeing. Spoiler alert, more ads. I'm remiss because, we have the comics in front of us and I can't stop admiring the brownstone in front of us. Built 1880, this block of Glendale. Beautiful place.
Here we have Nth Man, the ultimate ninja. He's not wearing a mask. Wow! Look at
Nice.
this ad. Now that brings nostalgia back and pain, naturally.
Oh, of course. Very frustrating game, but I mean, that's something that you can put up onto your wall. That's, kind of worth the price of admission there, right?
Here's a
There
comic
might be some
book.
more fun ads. Yeah,
It's not plastic. It's paper. Yeah, that's
real
what
paper. It's coarse.
Bubble
It's a little bit yellowed.
Okay, for one, yeah. There's a lot of ads in here too. But you know what? I'm nostalgizing so hard that I don't care.
I think you just coined a new term.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I've heard it at least
Okay.
once or twice before.
Throwing around the old
Interwebs. Yeah. Oh, Hide-A-Lie. That was such an awful game. That was terrible. Operation Wolf. I made our cameraman buy a copy of that once. He has not forgiven me since.
Operation Wolf. I played that.
Yeah.
With my Nintendo Zapper back in the day.
Yeah, unfortunately we had it on a high def set, and unfortunately
Oh, sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh.
the Zapper doesn't work on a high def set. What are we sneezing at?
Oh no, this is Beta Ray Bill, which is the horse version of. Well, he looks horse-like. He's There's many different Thors, many different men holding hammers. He is one of many. I remember when I used to play HeroClix about circa 2003, 4. I think I had a Beta Ray Bill piece. It's just fun to say, kind of rolls off the tongue.
I will say I'm loving the colors here. Oh, the second
two.
half.
There's a God Hunter, by the way, if you're looking to seek this one out. So more modern in the front end, and then in the back end, we get maybe one of his original appearances. And so, wow.
All right, we're officially allergic to this book.
Hey, more Beta Ray Bill God Hunter. Actually, we have the complete God Hunter, all 3 issues, so.
Aren't we special? Yeah. Moving on.
Anybody read Beta Ray Bill out here? Oh, wait.
We got the Cap himself.
Hey, wait, is this the last book?
This is the last
man,
book.
This is the big one.
And this one is sealed on its own, and it's a number 1.
I've read this book.
There's 2. Okay, all right, 2 for the price of 1. So Captain America issue.
Typically, comic books is it's a rich man's game. I mean, typically, if you're gonna follow multiple titles, you're gonna have to shell out. So what I do is I wait till the local library gets the trade paperbacks, the graphic novels that collect, 5, 6, 10 volumes into one book. And I've read this particular Captain America story, and this is good stuff. It's a little bit darker.
I have to say, I do really, just in terms of images, I love this image here. Because look at how kind of washed out the background is, and how vibrant Cap is. It really does kind of point to the idea that he is hope in this particular situation. So I definitely enjoy that.
I've got, this is actually a separate Captain America. This is Who Will Shield the Shield? Do you believe in the Shield? I do. John Moxley, man, Cincinnati boy, doing us proud.
Yeah.
Dean Ambrose. Another book, the last book that we'll be looking at. So grab bags like this are fun, man. And it's hard to capture the magic of the blind, like a present as a kid. This is kind of a way to do that, scratch that itch. I feel it was worth. We plunked down our 2 bits. We got some comic books. We can read them. What else can we do with them, Tim? We could rip them up and make them into wallpaper. We could donate them to local Goodwill.
Could do that.
We can make a small fire.
I was thinking I was going to wallpaper my wall with them.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair enough. Yeah, that nursery, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to make sure that there's the decapitated head right over the child's crib.
Fans, we're out of here. Carl Storn, props. Thanks for the shout out on the podcast. We do appreciate it. This is Tim. This is Brian. And you can't put me in cellophane no matter how hard you try.
If his children are watching in the future, don't ever do that.
Please, 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 please. No children do that.
This is